In the Netflix series Adolescence, yeah, there's a scene in the cell where the father asks the son to be honest with him, right? And the son lied, yeah. So when the police presented the evidence to support the claim that the son had done something wrong, yeah, the disappointment on the father's face is one what we call, let's say, a bitter pill to swallow. And I want to use this as a precursor, yeah, to convey my thoughts and observations, yeah, in regards to the whole
fact that they're all Pakistani Muslim men.
Legacy media projections about these grooming gangs and that Pakistani Muslim men are going around, let's say, violating women with impunity at will when and when they want, and the police aren't doing anything about it, so forth and so on. Yeah. So I want to address that. Now, the first thing I want to make sure that everyone understands, yeah, I'm not trying to undermine or, let's say, dismiss the actions of those victims who have been actually affected by certain crimes of the violation type. I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to point out is how the media and certain people with an agenda try to use these actions or these events that may have happened yesterday or maybe happened 20 years ago for political clout. So what I've observed, yeah, from the likes of your GB News and Talk TV and certain content creators, yeah, is what I call the profit from pain or outrage from pain play, yeah, and in which it's an appeal to someone's emotion or appeal to a group of people's emotion fallacy to enrage the target audience for their agenda, political clout, or just for financial gain. Listen to this.
So Scarlett was groomed from about 14 in the Manchester area. She finished up going into care because, as embarrassing as it sounds, I just couldn't keep her safe. The groomers would come into the house all the time. She went into care for a short time, and then when she came back when she was about 16, started literally straight away, and it was worse than it had ever been. She'd been trafficked to Bradford, Birmingham, all over the country.
Now, before I go any further, right, I'd just like to say that in my opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, that I do believe that the person who is being interviewed in this section here is a crisis actor, yeah, and he's being paid, or let's say he's been given a script and being paid, yeah, which makes me doubt that this event actually happened.
He was in Chicago late at night and was the victim.
So let's say that, for argument's sake, that an occurrence did happen, right? Yeah. But it's not exactly how the guy portrayed it, and he's actually embroidering the truth to suit this narrative that the likes of GB News and Talk TV want to keep pushing, yeah? Solely so he can make a change, or as they say, collect the bag. As some of what he's saying, to me, just don't math, yeah? And his story is looking like Swiss cheese. And to be honest, if this is to be a true story, it makes the daughter look more like a, what's her name, Bonnie Blue or something like that, yeah? Makes her look more like a woman of that nature who's well out of control and that the father can't control, rather than being an actual victim of any crime. As when he makes this claim,
the groomers will come into the house all the time.
I have to ask, was it really and truly a Muslim, or just a bunch of guys who knew who she was and what she was about, and they were asking her to come out and play? You know what I mean? Sorry to be so flippant, but I'm just being real. And when he makes this claim on the police...
You said to me that the grooming gangs came to the house. Why didn't you phone the police and get them arrested, or did you?
I rang the police numerous times, hundreds of times. I'd ring the police when she went missing, because she was still a minor. Majority of the time, they wouldn't even turn up.
It would be because there's very little evidence to support the claim that she's been either kidnapped or abducted, yeah? Which I'll get into on another day for another video, right? But if she's willing, or let's say participating, yeah, in going partying with these guys, then what are the police supposed to do? So when you apply Occam's razor to the situation, yeah, What's more likely? That a group of guys are coming around to this person's house, kicking off the front door while he's in it, kidnapping the daughter from in front of him. The police aren't doing anything, and then they take her off to violate her, bring her back, and then come back 2 days later and do the same thing again and again and again. Or she's an out of control youth, yeah, who's for the streets and likes to enjoy herself with groups of guys every now and then. You know what I mean? And he couldn't do nothing about that.
She was a problem to the police.
Let me know in the comments below.